Hi, Mumbles.
Hi.
What's been going on with this Animal Crossing game? I feel like it's kind of been a big deal lately.
Well, I think it definitely fits with just how everyone's living their lives right now, and it's just a nice escape. So I think that's why it's very popular.
Yes, and we've seen a lot of attention coming out of our last video, which is amazing. It's the most popular video I've ever made. And so it's just unbelievable to see this much attention coming to this video. We wanted to do more. Our fashion journey has not ended in Animal Crossing. We've had a few weeks now to let the game percolate. We wanted to do an episode specifically on quote-unquote men's fashion. And now we're specifically trying to highlight some of the underrated looks, I think, in this game, because we are seeing a lot of dresses and skirts and jumpers and stuff, and that's been amazing, and we love our dresses. But then we have a lot of people that are like, I have a male character, and, you know, maybe they don't want to wear a dress or a skirt, and that's, like, completely legit. But we run into the problem with Animal Crossing where you cannot customize pants. And so I think that's a big problem with maybe, or a factor of the lack of male fashion we've been seeing lately.
Right, because if you have a design in mind, but the pants that they offer in the game don't quite fit the color scheme that you're looking for, that kind of offsets whatever you're doing. And it's not as simple as just creating a beautiful dress or a gown. You have to be able to put together a whole ensemble that you like. And so I think maybe that's one of the barriers that people are hitting when they're trying to make more masculine-focused attire.
You really do have to rely on the items the game gives you. The reality is that not every pant is going to go with everything that you want to design on top. Sidebar, exactly. I also wanted to mention that the lack of shoes in early game is a big problem for, I think, everybody in terms of fashion, just because I feel like the first, maybe even like week of playing, the only shoes I had access to were loafers and slippers. And then I eventually made myself a pair of boots because I fished out 2 boots from the water. So I had like dirty, grimy, slimy boots. And I made it work, but it's really frustrating when you're trying to design things, especially with dresses, where you're like, you know, loafers aren't exactly the best thing to pair with it, neither are slippers. And boots are cool, but, you know, sometimes you need a little bit more. That
creates a whole different look that you may not want. If you're going for like a princess look, you're not going to want to have boots or high tops. For me, I tend to actually dress more masculine in real life and also in Animal Crossing. And so my outfit right now is tracksuit and then glasses and a face mask. Nice. But I was wearing loafers because they were yellow and I like that color with my tracksuit, but they weren't the right kind of shoes, and that was like bugging me for like a week, and I finally got access to some white high tops, so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, once you get the store, everything really opens up, and there's like 5 different kinds of leopard kitty heels, and I'm like, yes, every color. We'll need those. We'll need them. So I think there's struggles on both ends, but I definitely sympathize people who are wanting to dress more masculine, because it's a struggle. But I think I've collected a few things. I've scoured the internet of some examples to hopefully get you guys inspired to make your own fashions, and just seeing how I think players are already finding ways around not being able to design pants.
Yeah.
So the first outfit I found is an Ezreal cosplay. And I apologize, I threw all these things out for you. Didn't explain who they were, what anybody is. But that's not the point.
Just expected me to know.
You're like, of course. Cred. The iconic Ezreal. And it's funny, he hasn't really been the poster boy for League in a while. But he was at the time because he was like he's like an anime Indiana Jones. He's an explorer. And so this shirt right here kind of includes several elements of his outfit in one. So we have this really cool jacket that has a little bit of a poofy sleeve, which looks like has to be finangled a bit with the design to be able to get that effect. And then he's got his little dress shirt underneath. We have a white button-down tunic thing. And at the bottom is actually his belt.
Yes, exactly. And so that's how a lot of people have been getting past not being able to customize pants is they've been making the belt into the shirt so that when you put it over the pants, it looks like it's part of the pants. It's actually really smart.
Yeah, definitely a good technique to keep in mind when you're designing things. I really like this. I like how this is a sweater pattern that has been accommodated to be a jacket and a shirt. And I think layering is such an important part of men's fashion, especially in this season, you know, the spring season. And the layering is key to be able to create a sort of like multi-dimensional outfit.
I really like the detail on, I guess it would be his left arm with the blue on there and keeping it from being just completely symmetrical. I assume that's part of his character. He must have like a god hand power or something.
You're right. Yep, that is exactly it. I was about to say, I'm like, he shoots with that hand, and you're right.
I have a mind for these things. I really love the design that was put into there. If you look on the little schematic part, you can see all of that intricacy that was put into that to make it look nice. And this really made me feel like people could make Indiana Jones outfits. They could make Guybrush Threepwood outfits. Like you could really make these kind of old school piratey explorer things. And that really works well with Animal Crossing, especially this version of Animal Crossing that's all about exploring islands and stuff.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I really like everything about it, and especially take note of the shading involved that gives it that sort of like I don't know if it's like leathery or veloury, but you could kind of interpret it either
Totally.
way.
Yeah.
The next one I picked up to do a little bit of a different style is the Yasogami.
Really love the detail that was put into the cross stitching. And I also love the jewels on the lapels up there. That looks really beautiful.
Yeah, those buttons aren't pre-built into the design. That's all done by the creator. I believe this is a coat. So the only thing included is the collar and that line that kind of goes off center, but everything else has been shaped by the designer.
And this is proof that you can make something look not real, but like textile without ever using the sweater function that they have. So you can just do a dress shirt and you don't see any kind of texture on there. But the way that they shadowed the jewels, it kind of looks like they pop out a little. And the cross stitching is so interesting that it looks like it's really part of the shirt. So there's another way to like make your designs interesting without having to worry too much about texture.
Yeah, very good point. The next one is, I think, my most favorite just because of how creative it is. And it's the Toru Adachi outfit, which we spent a lot of time racking our brains over what this is exactly. Because it's essentially a raincoat over top of a blazer, over top of a dress shirt with a tie, and then what I thought were shorts. Which could be shorts. They could be short shorts, like little schoolboy shorts. But the character reference itself has full-on pants.
Right.
The actual pattern itself is the same one from the last one. It's that coat pattern.
I wonder if there are pants that are the same exact color that you can buy to make it look seamless.
That's the challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I understand the need to get the belt in, and I wonder if they couldn't get the coat to be the right length in order to get the belt where they needed to go. Because this is from the coat design, right? It's not from a sweater or a dress shirt, so it's a little bit longer. And so I wonder if they were like, well, I want to get the belt in, but the end of the coat design is way down there. It's below the crotch.
That's right.
I wonder if that's the reason why it's like that.
And I don't think you would be able to pull off so many layers on another design because you need all that space.
Yeah, no, I love this. I was totally drawn to this first too, and I'm like, what? There's just something about it. I think it's the layering that is so interesting about it because you have the raincoat, and then you have the blazer, and then you have the shirt, and then you have the pants. And I think like that kind of detail that's built in like that is just so beautiful.
And you have to, and it's just an example of the creativity that goes into this kind of stuff because you have to like reimagine the pattern in a way that's so unique to this game. Like it's not like you have the skill set from somewhere else where you're like doing pixel art on these very specific patterns and models. Like these are just people coming out of the gate being like, yeah, of course this coat pattern could also be a dress shirt, tie, jacket, pants.
Totally. Yeah. And it's exciting that they didn't just do the raincoat, or they didn't just do the blazer. They're like, we're going to do all three. All three of them are going to go in, you know?
And I think this is also just a really good template for anyone that wants to do any sort of layering like this. Like, you can switch these colors up really easy. You could probably not even include... not including the rain jacket might be actually interesting, because then the blazer wouldn't look like a blazer.
Right.
Because the blazer has to be so structured, right? And this is more of like a flouncy...
Well, and also the blazer needs to be longer than the pants. And I think if you get like the ready-made suit kind of outfit from Animal Crossing, I don't know if it looks that good.
No,
like,
it doesn't.
I think this looks better, you know?
It really does. The next one, because we had to include it, is a BTS-inspired look that Jimin...
Yeah.
I can't keep track of every outfit that every member of BTS wears. Like, that's some, like, hardcore fan...
You never will.
...stuff. Like,
yeah.
So I'm gonna take this creator's word for it that Jimin wore this outfit. I'm sure he would. And we have here another example of layering, but this time with the hoodie pattern.
Yeah. Well, I'm so... interested in the scarf. That's such a fun idea, because you have the hoodie, which is gonna go overtake kind of the neck area, and instead of just be like, well, there's nothing I can do with that, they were like, well, I can add in a scarf and then just have kind of a neckline underneath it that I built in myself. I love that.
I think it's a great opportunity for accessorizing, because I believe there's no actual in-game neck accessories, but correct me if I'm wrong, but
I'm not sure. I don't know. Like I said, I usually wear like tracksuits and sunglasses. Like those, that's my fashion. If you ever see me on your island and it's someone wearing a tracksuit and sunglasses, it's not the mob, it's Mumbles.
I think that you could do other things beside a scarf with this sort of placement. Like, I can see jewelry, necklaces,
yes.
Scarf. You could do like a different kind of scarf. This looks like more of like a bandana, maybe.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of other things that you can do, and I think it was just very smart of them to use that space. I think part of the trick of designing clothes in Animal Crossing is using all of the space that the designs give you. So like we were just talking about with the coat, there's all of this extra space, and if you use that to show layering, that's awesome. With the hoodie, you have all this extra space in the neck area. If you use that for some kind of accessory, that's awesome. So the use of space is always what's really interesting to me.
The next one I thought would be a good example of something that wasn't a shirt. I wanted, to see where we went with like maybe a male kimono or the other one, yukata. But I found this instead, which is just lovely, and I was so happy because this is a, it's a Jojo reference, but it's also just a fabulous silhouette for any man that wants to just bear it all. Really.
Just put it all on the line.
There's some situations where you just have to put on a robe and hang out, and like on your island, you don't want to be wearing pants all the time. You gotta let it loose. Like, what if you have a spa area on your island, or like whatever? You have to have like something like this. So I think, robes aren't just for women, and dresses aren't just for women, and long plunging necklines are not just for women. So
exactly.
and it's very important here. I want to point out that the way they've crisscrossed it, which is the technical term, is conducive, I think, to a male chest. If this was a woman's robe, you can do this look for sure, but you would have to change the neckline.
Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's and also where the sash is placed, I think, is more masculine as well. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. The coloring, I think, too. I really love it. I think it's beautiful. I love the little designs on the bottom. Yeah. You could really make some cool, like, Sith or Jedi robes. I'm not thinking.
What? Yes, that's true.
You know
I
what I'm
didn't even
saying?
think about that. Yes.
Especially with layering, because, like, not necessarily with, like, Jedis, because they're kind of boring, but, like, even, like, early Obi-Wan Kenobi, he had lots of, like, fun layering with his outfits, and I think that would be something you could do.
Yeah, like, you'd have to look to, like, fashion Sith lords probably for this kind of stuff to get the best look. Because I don't know if the, like, tan colors translate always, and I don't know if this game gives you enough tan colors to be able to just have
Obi-Wan had some really beautiful, like, white themed robes, if I remember correctly.
That's true.
You could play around with that.
He has this Jesus
Obi-Wan
moment.
was kind of a fashion icon in the prequels. So I was like, oh, Obi, wearing something nice today.
Hold on. You can't just, like, throw out this theory that I am definitely going to challenge you on about Obi-Wan being a fashion icon in the prequels? Obi-Wan?
Yeah, well, I mean, Anakin to a certain extent, as soon as he, like, started to go towards the dark side, you saw him wear more cold colors. But I remember Obi-Wan, and it might have just been in the cartoon, wearing really beautiful white robes and, like, looking really good. And I don't know if it was just because I think Ian McGregor is kind of attractive, but I remember him being kind of, like, finding some style in the Jedi. You know?
There is a clip I remember seeing when Ewan McGregor gets his haircut for episode 1. It's in, like, the making of documentary thing, and they just, like, he had his long hair and they, like, shave it all off and give him that weird, like, braid thing. And he just, I just, like, the look on his face, they're like, yep, so we gotta do this hairstyle for this character. And he's like, all right. I'll definitely include it. I have all this stuff saved in the archives. But yeah, we can't get into this, Mumbles, or else this is gonna...
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm just saying that I remember, he used to wear armor? Obi-Wan used to wear armor in the cartoon, and it was super hot. Okay, that's it. That's all I
I'll have to send me that picture. I'll have to just so to prove your point, because I don't believe you. But now, if there's a picture out there, oh my god,
like, what are you talking about? This is not cute. I'd be like, I don't care.
Can I just say that you do remember that Queen Padme Amidala is in episode 1 and changes her outfit like every scene?
Oh my god, yeah. No, she's a fashion icon. We'll talk about it some other time.
We'll talk about it. Mumbles has one that blew my mind, actually, in so many different ways. Once again.
Okay, so this is Kaoru-chan from Yakuza. He is everybody's favorite hero. What I love about this outfit is obviously it's like a cosplay kind of thing, so it isn't something just born out of someone's imagination, but it fits the mood of the character perfectly. We've got the little band-aid over the cheek and the nose to prove that he gets into fights because he's a tough guy. But then we also have the eyebrows, which we were talking about this. They might have been drawn on through like a face tattoo thing, which is awesome.
Yes, we have no way of proving this through science yet. Surely we will soon. But there is a feature where you can design masks, which leads me to believe that you could design these amazing eyebrows, which opens up the field to all sorts of different facial hair options for men and women. Makeup, like, I didn't even think about that, but like, the potential is there, and this is why this definitely blew my mind.
I love the layering again with the white coat, and you have the little red dress shirt peeking out on the sleeves. That is a huge detail. That is so important, and they did it. And then also the belt is obviously built into the shirt because you can't put that belt into the pants like we were talking about before. So I found this to be very innovative.
Yeah, and I was really excited to see that the full cosplay was able to be imagined with a pair of matching pants. So in this situation, luckily they have white pants, which go very well with this outfit.
The shoes go really well too. The white dress shoes work perfect.
So. And again, like, you can't get those right away. Those are elusive items, but there is hope in sight. You don't have to just wear loafers, because I don't think he would, this character. I don't know the Yakuza series, but would
no,
this gentleman wear?
More. He's a gangster, so he has to like dress really nice all the time. I'm sure when he's at home chilling, he'll wear loafers, but out on the streets, he's got to look good.
I wonder if there's like gangster shoes you can get, like those like snakeskin shoes, like those like square toe. Oh, I just wish you could design shoes now. Like, let us just design everything. Like, what? The pant thing is like, I won't get over that, because to me, like, why not?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'd love to see everyone, what they've been doing in Animal Crossing. I kind of did like an informal call last time, but this is a formal call. Yes. That if you've been designing some cool things in Animal Crossing, male or female, I want to see them. Especially male, though. I want to see how like people are avoiding or working around the limitations.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's totally different because you can't just design a gown. You have to put together an entire ensemble. And I'm also interested to see what people put together with just the ready-made outfits that are in Animal Crossing. Because if you're like me, you don't necessarily know how to design stuff, or it's kind of a roadblock for you. So I'm really interested to see what kind of things you can put together just with the clothes that the game gives you on its own, and what kind of outfits you can come up with. I was just telling Alex about how my husband, right now, he's wearing a blue button-up shirt, white suspender pants, star glasses, and an egg crown. So he is a fashion icon all on his own. And that's just stuff he found in the game. So.
It seems like it's almost like a little thing in of itself, because they don't give you all the clothing options in one store. It's kind of this like rotating daily, weekly basis. So like I've been going to friends' islands and picking up some of their fashion stuff, or like people will just mail me fashion stuff that they find in balloons and stuff, because like it's just random and maybe it doesn't suit them, but it suits me. So like it becomes this like community where you like learn your friends' fashion and like send them stuff they like, and like, you know, what you curate your wardrobe over time. So it's I'm excited to see what people put together either way.
Yes, same.